believe every child in our school has the ability to achieve their best. We believe inspiring our students is critical, not only academically, but also personally. Therefore, in order to inspire, we teach our children the story of those who took a chance and sailed across the Atlantic, starting with the Jamestown colony.
Be warned, while this social studies game is intended to be a joyous, uplifting learning experience about the life and hardships of the early New World colonists, this is no way intended to be a joyous gallivant through an innocent story. If tough ideas and conflict offend you, this is not a game for you.
I am Chief Pohat. This is what the Europeans called the New World. There were no horses, there were no guns, there were no kings and queens, there were no national borders, there were no paved roads, and there were no knights in shining armor, and there were no wolves.
What's up, everybody? We're here.
Oh no, I've got a really bad feeling about this.
We teach our students that life is like gardening. We work hard, we plant seeds, love, and nurture growth. We are patient, we are wise, and in time, knowledge will sprout. Therefore, we teach our children to have foresight, like Ben Franklin.
while the situation passes you by. Therefore, we teach our students to stand up for what they believe in, like the sons and daughters of liberty.
My friend, these are the times that will try men's souls. You must understand that it's common sense for us to break away from King George's rule. Ryan, the Mohawks, bring out your axes. Tell King George we'll pay no more taxes. Huzzah! Look, there's Captain Parker and Lexington Green.
Stand your ground. Don't fire unless fired upon. And if they mean to have war, let it begin here.
Huzzah!
Throughout the course of the school year, there are moments and experiences in our classroom where it happens that are simply electric. We are challenged daily by our students' compassion and wisdom, their drive to be great. This is the process of learning that we try so hard to cultivate at Avalon Elementary. We are trying to instill an unwillingness to compromise on excellence. Therefore, we teach our children to lead like George Washington. Here comes the general.
We are thrown into this situation by conflict. Conflict, as you know, needs two sides. Now, I know the Sons of Liberty aren't perfect, but neither is King George. He has violated our rights as British citizens. And so, for the future of this country, we must break away at this moment.
Hold up. Abigail Adams, do you hear this nonsense? This story makes it seem like it's the boys who get to have all of the fun. I know, right? I wrote tons of letters saying, my husband, John Adams, don't forget the ladies. And today, we will not forget the ladies. Huzzah! You know my friend here, Deborah Sampson. She has quite a story in me. I'll let her tell it to you. It all began in Massachusetts, where I wasn't allowed to fight in the war. Crazy, I know. So, I disguised myself as a boy named Robert Shirley and joined the Massachusetts militia. In my first battle, I was wounded in the head and leg, and to make sure my identity was never discovered, I begged my comrades to let me die where I lay. I actually even attempted to remove the musket ball myself. What? Crazy, I know. Oh, wait. But when you were unveiled, you got to have an honorable discharge. Now, you were the first one to fight in the
in order to instill a love of learning in students so that they will always have a desire to grow and develop, we teach our students about Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and Alexander Hamilton.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and provide for the common defense, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Mr. Jefferson, you hear how good that is? Now why don't you Democrat or Republicans just sign the Constitution? We need to get our new country up off the ground.
Mr. Hamilton, because that federalist agenda that you're pushing wants to replace King George III with equally powerful federal government, we're not sending any constitution until you give us a Bill of Rights that protects me from you and your government.
You Democrat Republicans talking about your state's love, there's a crisis, it'll be too late. That's why we need a federal government that's strong. Help us stay united, help us get along. You want your state militias to handle your fights. Love, there's a crisis, it'll be too late. You think you can handle Tecumseh or even
student understand that history is not just in the past. It's the stories of each and every one of us. Remember our past, we dream of the future. Therefore, we teach our students to always take the road less traveled, like Daniel Boone, Laura Ingalls Wilder, Lewis and Clark, and Sacagawea.
Come, my tan-faced children, follow well in order. Have you your weapons? Have you your pistols? Have you sharp-edged axes? Pioneers, oh pioneers!
This is the age of American expansion. Our nobles expand seas, shining sea, that we call our manifest destiny. And as all witness, once you're called pioneers, all pioneers, really captures the spirit of manifest destiny.
O you daughters of the West, O you elderly daughters, O you mothers and you wives, never must you be divided. In your ranks you move united. Pioneers, oh pioneers! President Jefferson sent Meriwether Lewis and William Clark on an expedition to uncover the territory that had been purchased from France. And so the two free explorers left St. Louis along with 30 soldiers, 10 civilians, including experts in botany, zoology, sign language, and navigation for their voyage west. Fortunately for their course of discovery, I, Sacagawea, was here to help them navigate the rivers, communicate with Native Americans. During our travels, we made maps and kept journals which provided a tremendous amount of new scientific information about the western half of the continent. We brought back plant specimens and new animals discovered during the journey as well. We even brought back the president a prairie dog which lived the rest of its life in the White House.
Colorado men are we, from the peaks gigantic, from the great Sierras and high plateaus, from the mine and from the gully, from the hunting trail we come. Pioneers, oh pioneers!
Literacy is the foundation of all learning. When students are better readers and writers, their performance in other subjects increases, and they're better able to think and communicate their thoughts. Literacy is the most significant skill needed to function effectively in school, in the workplace, and in society. Therefore, we teach our children to write like Poe, Twain, Dickinson, and of course, Charles Dickens.
Next morning, Charles Dickens wakes up to the sounds of church bells. Scrooge exclaimed,
It's Christmas today. I must go to Cratchit and help his family. I must never be selfish or so consumed by money again. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge! And Scrooge was better than the world. He did it all and so much more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good as a friend and as good as a man as the old city did. He would honor Christmas in his heart and try to keep it all clear. And so Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone!
Throughout our lessons, we teach our children to rise up and do what's right no matter what the potential consequence, like Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman.
We are the abolitionists, and we are out to set other men and other women free. America should be free ground. Here we judge you by what you do, not who your father was. I will unite with anybody to do the right, nobody to do the wrong. And this will never be the land of the free until we abolish slavery. My friend here, Harriet Tubman, escaped slavery, then chose to make 19 trips, separate trips into the South after she escaped slavery. She used the Underground Railroad. Nearly 100,000 African Americans make it all the way up to the north. Using the North Star as our guide, we ran through darkness towards freedom as the slave catchers and dogs hunted us.
As the nation moves towards conflict, we teach our children to stand up for what they believe in, to to show loyalty, and to stand for yourself. We know the Civil War is and always will be so very controversial, but there were leaders on both sides that can be looked at with admiration for their leadership skills. Therefore, we teach our students about Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee.
It's not about slavery, Ulysses. We want to end slavery too, but the president won't give us any agricultural funding. Because every penny of federal funds goes to the purchase of more human beings. It's all about the money. You aren't so obsessed with your economy money, then industrialize and get rid of your country. This is famous practice. First, I'm not forcing my people to change their way of life. Second, we're paying taxes equally, yet Washington continues to pass pro-Northern laws. My old friend, don't put taxes. This past week was terrible. I'm sorry for this, but I must be allowed to make my own choices and have my own rights. My greatest loyalty is to my people, my home, and my family in the state of Virginia.
We have the same stories, traditions, families, and friends, but our different dreams of the future have divided us. Old friends, best friends, once stood beside one another, now will fight. This is our darkest hour, and only time will tell if our nation might live or if a new eagle will rise from the ashes of war. Therefore, we teach our children to show strength and wisdom in the face of such great adversity, like Abraham Lincoln.
I don't think most of you understand what it's like. The pressure. Everyone looking to you for guidance. Everyone expecting perfection every time you speak. Everyone angry. I see friends arguing with each other when just months ago we all stood side by side together. Some days, it's more than I can bear. The cost of this war is just too much. Overwhelming even. Many days I'm tired and I want to give up. But I can't, because everyone's looking to me. I have to be strong. I have to lead. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men and all women are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives, so that that nation might live. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. We must assure that these brave souls shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
We believe we can use our students' inquisitiveness to help inspire them, push them even harder academically. Therefore, we teach our children that you don't ever fail. You just find 10,000 ways that won't work, like Thomas Edison.
Mrs. Bell, America is a land of innovation and invention.
That's right, Mr. Edison. Your invention of the light has vanished the darkness from our world.
Why, thank you, but how can we forget about your telephone?
It's called an electrical speaker.
How can I forget? And let's not forget Mr. Sears taking... And let's not forget Mr. Sears using free enterprise in a way no one has ever seen before.
That's right, I'm using my Chicago catalog to sell watches, harness the power of the railroad, and we can ship my products anywhere.
Americans can find them anywhere thanks to my U.S. Steel Company.
Mr. Carnegie, it is truly amazing what you've built. It's like some of your buildings touch the sky.
And with new creations like the Brooklyn Bridge and the Transcontinental Railroad, it's the age of innovation in our country.
And with this wave of immigrants coming over from Europe, landing in Ellis Island, we'll provide jobs for each of them. This country is growing at an incredible rate.
And of course, imagine the sight of her when they arrive in New York Harbor.
Sight of who?
Just like the pilgrims and pioneers before them, immigrants came to America to liberty, enlightening the world. They'd see this beacon of freedom and opportunity that has come to symbolize America like nothing else.
Therefore, we teach our children to go for it. Absolutely go for it, like every single immigrant who took a chance on life and came to this land of opportunity. And to honor them, we study poetry, specifically the work of Emma Lazarus, whose poem, A New Colossus, is inscribed on the Statue of Liberty.
Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, crush you with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
We want to build a community of learners, thinkers, and problem solvers. Our classroom where it happens is where we teach our students to be creative and innovative. Therefore, we teach our children to be entrepreneurs and a wrecking ball of ideas and enthusiasm like John D. Rockefeller and Teddy Roosevelt.
Mr. Roosevelt, you can't be serious by proposing this new plan. This New Deal will take away our democracy.
The Square Deal will make everything equal. You will take over all oil and charge whatever you want. Your greed will take over this country.
And who said that? All I'm saying is that by banning monopolies, we're imposing something on the democracy that founded this country.
No, we are keeping this country alive.
Government's taking away our rights and instituting capitalism. That's what it is.
We need to control your guys' power. If we do not control your power, you will charge whatever you want, and you will control this country.
The American dream will be over. You play with the American dream.
Yes,
but it comes to the country so you can start a business.
Why do you
have life for yourself?
Freedom. American dream is freedom. So
No, it's not. It's
why are you taking away freedom of monopoly?
If you come here, you still have a better life for yourself. How can you do that when someone like that will dominate everything? Well,
Why do you guys want to limit my power? Why can't I limit your power?
you're turning around and doing the same thing to us.
You already are limiting our power. You elect us. We don't elect you. If you can charge whatever you want, you will control this country, not the people.
You're right. We the people don't elect you.
They're freestyling, by the way.
We the people elect you so that you can make smart decisions to help us run this country. But by taking away our freedoms, you are instituting the American dream, as you're saying. The American dream is freedom. By taking away our rights, that is what you're doing.
We need the Square Deal in this country. You will control everything. You will control everything. If you can charge $1,000
Why
for
don't
oil,
we just agree to disagree?
Okay?
Okay.
Therefore, we teach our children to be fearless, like Alice Paul and her sister suffragettes.
For a century, our country has glorified men's accomplishments, men's achievements, men's worth, while women were just pushed to the side. But no more. No more. Hear our voices. We demand our rights and nothing less. We demand our suffrage.
It started with Ivy Welch, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Susan Anthony,
Who said, men their rights and nothing more, women their rights and nothing less.
suffragettes never lived to see equality. We relied on people like Lucy Burns and Alice Paul to finish the job we started.
I need 5,000 women to march on Washington. They locked me up 6 times, but oh no, I won't stop. I'll never forget Abigail Adams, who told me to remember the ladies.
Before the Silent Central, we launched a hunger strike. They arrested me and threw me into an insane asylum. Men mocked me and told me I was less than them. But oh no, I won't ever stop.
In 1920, Congress passed the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, giving women the right to vote. From there, things would slowly get better, and too slowly, I might add.
Don't forget the ladies.
Rights! Women's 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 rights!
Sometimes the world is too big, too harsh, too cold, and too many of our brilliant young individuals can so easily get knocked down by their emotions. We teach our students to help our kids make sense of the world and not get clobbered by it, so they can fix the wrongs that they know that they can right. Therefore, we teach our children that they must persevere, like Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
And now our country has to face what seems to be one of its greatest challenges. This depression has crippled our nation. We've opened soup kitchens in nearly every major city and town from coast to coast, but we know that's not enough. And what? With the dust storms on the prairies that are crippling our farms? I feel our country needs a new deal.
Is this for real? AAA, CCC, CWA, TVA, WPA?
This new deal seems like quite a gamble. Boy, I just hope old FDR's right on this one.
Me too, me too.
We teach our students to be respectful, responsible, eager, cooperative, nurturing, caring, aware, happy, and loving individuals. These are the fundamental qualities of human beings as to why we had to win the Second World War. We teach our children to have strength among their peers in any scenario, great or small, to protect these qualities of human decency. Therefore, we teach our children of Winston Churchill.
Never give in. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the streets and in the fields. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
We need everyone to continue the rationing and buy war bonds that help support the war effort over there. The girls on the home front know that we can do it, and we will not stop until we win through to absolute victory.
We want each and every student to believe in their heart that they can do anything. We teach them to never stop doing what's right. The world will change, and our students need to believe that they can be that change. Therefore, we teach our children to dream like Martin Luther King.
Oh, this is so much work left to do. With Governor Wallace insisting on something, we cannot stop for our quest for equality. I say to you today, my friends, that I still have a dream. I have a dream that on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners will one day sit together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. At Selma, when they took out their clubs and hoses, they thought they stopped us. But all they did was inspire us to march even harder, to yell louder. Because today, we cannot stop for our quest for equality. We are too close. Whenever someone knocks you down, tells you you're nothing, or hurts you, you think about Selma too. You remember Selma, and you stand up for what you believe in.
We believe that it is our calling to help students become excited about learning, engaged in the process, and excel in all that they do. Therefore, we teach our children to reach for the stars like Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, and everyone else in NASA.
Throughout the 1960s, we had major integration issues, riots in several cities, a war in Vietnam, a protest movement that has grown to considerable size.
And despite of all of this turbulent decay, one night in 1996 is the time of celebration in America, and the time we desperately need.
And like the explorers that sailed to Jamestown, our Apollo, from this point on, we now live in a world where humans have walked on the surface of the moon.
And like the explorers that sailed to Jamestown, our Apollo astronauts will go down in world history as the greatest group of explorers the world has ever seen. On the lunar surface, we left a plaque that reads, "Here men from planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969. We came in peace for all mankind."
We cannot separate each other by our petty differences. We need to love each other and not tear each other down. Therefore, we teach our children to tear down walls that divide us, like Ronald Reagan.
Why is it that we continue to live in fear? Why is it that we are always trying to beat each other? Instead, we can work together. Why is it that the people of Berlin have a wall that keeps them prisoners of communism? Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We want our students to know that they are not alone in this world. We are all there with them. We'll work with them, fight with them as they climb uphill battles in their young lives. They need to take comfort in the people around them that will always be there for them, to support them when the world seems to be crashing down. Therefore, we teach our children that when life kicks us in the face, to come together, to unite as people, and hang together like we, the American people, did in the days that followed September 2001.
On September 10, 2001, the United States endured an extended period of peace longer than any other period in its history.
We were proud of our nation and how far we had come over the past years. We were happy, we were optimistic, and we were innocent. Everything changed the following morning.
Creativity is everything. We are preparing our students for jobs that do not yet exist. Therefore, we want our students to create and innovate like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
Mr. Gates. Time seems to pass by so quickly. A lot has happened in the last life seems to move so fast sometimes. We've come a long way in the last 20 years during the age of information. Yes, we have, Mr. Jobs. Can you imagine what life will be like in the next 10 years? What innovation will be next?
We don't know yet, and that's what's so exciting. I'm pretty sure after we graduate college, many of us will be taking jobs that don't even exist.
From the stories of our past, we've learned a little about life, a little about our ancestors, and perhaps even a little about ourselves. This is what we learned in 5th grade. It's the idea that if you work hard and you're considerate to others, we can make the world a better place for all of us. And throughout our lives, we've always had our great goals we want to accomplish, but in time we realize that what we truly hold dearest to our hearts is not necessarily the accomplishment, but the journey along the way, and the people who we meet along the road less traveled. We're proud of what we do. We're proud of our amazing students and our former students who came back to join us today. We're honored to be their teachers, and we couldn't be happier to be part of Avalon Park. In the words of our favorite broadcaster, Walter Cronkite,